Welcome to this week's edition of Coffee Time. Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what's on my head. I have a lot of people asking about Google Glass. I have a really hard time saying that, so I'm just going to call it Glass from now on. But anyway, I have a lot of people asking about it. What does it do? What can you do? How does it work? And so I wanted to just do a little bit of an introduction because I want teachers at my school and students at my school to experiment with it, and this might help them sort of get a feel for how it works. So if you want to grab a cup of coffee and pull up a chair, we'll spend a few minutes looking at glass. All right, so when we look at this device, you will see that it just looks like a pair of glasses. It has this camera area on the front. Actually, the camera's here. Screen area is here. And I don't know if this camera will pick it up or not, but there's a little angled lens here. And so as it sits just above your eye level, it sits out of the way, and it doesn't really get in the way until you try to turn your head down to look at something. I'm just going to get rid of that real quick. There are a few things that you can do with glass right now. More are coming. I won't bother to show you the apps. I really just want to show you sort of what this looks like in operation. And as you're looking at the screen, what you see is a rectangular card, and it looks a lot like if you're watching a 25-inch television set from about 8 feet away. So when I'm sitting on my couch in my living room and I'm looking at my large screen TV on the wall, the shape of this actually fits right over the screen. So it's like watching my large screen television from the other side of my living room, which makes it easy for me to do without having to wear these. But when I have to use this and this, then I have to do this. And that gets really annoying. So I just want to show you a few things about it. I'm going to pause the video here for a minute and get set up, and we'll show you sort of how it operates. All right, so you see when it comes up, I'm actually looking at a card in this black space. I'm screencasting this to the My Glass app on my phone, and I am occasionally tapping the screen of my phone to make sure that it doesn't go to sleep while I am recording this screencast. So we'll see how well this works. But what happens is if you think about these cards sort of being in an array around your head, you can swipe forward and swipe backward to go from card to card. So and I can also tap to do a different activity, or I can swipe down to make a screen disappear. So for instance, if I wanted to actually go online or take a picture, I would tap. And one of the things that I have access to here is Google. And I can either tap or I can speak to Glass, and it will know what I want to do. So if I go into Google, okay, Glass, L and N STEM Academy. What will come up are information tags about L&N, and these are Google search results, and I can swipe from one to the next to find more information about L&N. And when I find the article that I want or the website that I want, then I can tap and go into that website. And this would be what I'm seeing on this screen in front of me, so that I have access to anything that I want to know from the web that I can show on Glass. Now, if I want that to go away, I swipe down, and that disappears eventually. And I go back to where I started. Again, if I tap and go in and I want to do something besides search, I can take a picture, and I can do that a number of ways. I can tap. There is a button on top that I can push, and I have it set up so that if I wink with just my right eye, it will also take a picture. Now, so if you see me winking at you with just my right eye while wearing glass, you know I'm not actually winking at you. If I wink at you with my left eye, might be a problem. If I scroll forward again, I can also record a video, and it will automatically record 10 seconds, but there's an option to extend the video and to record until the battery dies, if that's what I want to do. And then if I swipe forward again, I can take notes. I think I might have missed something here. Let's go back. I can do a voice call. I can take notes in my Evernote app, and I have an app for when I go out for a run, which I haven't done yet, but when I do, I can learn to do that. And then I can also record recipes into an app that I have loaded, different kinds of things that I have going on. If I want to leave all of that, I just swipe down. Now, if I want to see what my settings are, I can just swipe forward. I'm sorry, this is history. That was a bad move. This is history of where I've been, and it will show you sort of the websites that I've been to. Let me see if I can swipe forward again. It is updating here. Things that I've looked at on Twitter, different kinds of activities that has been logged through Google on whatever device that I've been in. The history is in my Google account. It comes up on Glass, as long as I'm connected to the internet. Now, if I'm not connected to the internet, then I don't see any of this. So let me go back to, there we go. Now, if I swipe backwards, then I can see that I have 89% battery left. I am connected to Wi-Fi. I can also, if I just tap there, it will tell you what network I'm connected to. It will also allow me to connect to my phone through Bluetooth. It will tell you a little bit about the device that I'm wearing, and on and on. So that's the basic of Google Glass. I'm going to keep swiping down until I get rid of that. And then if I want to, this is one of the things that we'll need to know if we're going to do video in class. So if I click here and I scroll forward to record a video, and I click to record, I am now recording in my kitchen, and if I click again, it will extend by clicking again the video, and it will do more than just 10 seconds. I have no idea what kind of mess I have here that you're going to be able to see in this video, but you'll sort of see where I'm sitting and what I'm looking at as I'm recording. And then if I want to stop, I just tap it again and tap again to stop recording. Now, once I have that, if I'm connected to the internet, I can upload that directly to YouTube. I can upload that to a private Google Circle. Sorry, my Glass stopped broadcasting. And there are different ways I can broadcast it, or I can connect it through a USB cable to my Mac and just pull it straight off and then delete it as necessary. There's about 12 gigabytes of free space available to what you're using with Glass to save images and videos and those kinds of things. They all wind up being shareable among all of your devices. So that in a nutshell is how Google Glass works. I could go into more detail, but there's no need to do that here. So right now it is available by invite only. It's for people who are experimenting with Glass and trying to figure out how it works and what the best way is to improve it. My goal is to see how it's used in the classroom, so I want teachers and students to use it. And then eventually, some people predict later this year, I'm not sure about that, but eventually it will be a model that you can buy on the shelf and work from there. So I hope that you've enjoyed taking a little look at Google Glass, and until next time, enjoy the coffee and have a great week.